Hi guys, today we are going to prepare meringue. Like I said in the class, uh, meringue is not a recipe; it's a formula. It's only a way to do or to prepare something. It's a preparation, so you need to learn. For one part of egg white, we are going to use 2 parts of sugar. I have here standard sugar. If you can find white sugar or granulated sugar, you can use this kind of sugar. You need a pinch of salt and half a spoon of vanilla extract. Okay, the first thing you have to remember is the egg white. It has to be at room temperature. So try to let 2 or 3 hours outside from the fridge. Then all the equipment and utensils they have to be clean, really clean and dry. It's very important. You are going to need a mixer or hand mixer. If you don't have these ingredients, this utensil is gonna be really complicated because you have to whip a lot for a long time with your hands in with a whisk. But I'm going to show you the process. Okay, the first thing you have to do is clean your utensils with vinegar. I use this kind of vinegar, but any kind of vinegar helps. You only have to add a little of spray something of this ingredient in the bowl and clean it. The same for the whisk. Then, so I have my mise en place here. Okay. So now I'm going to start whipping the egg whites. If you see, they look more liquid than normally we can see in our when we cook with eggs. That's because I let room temperature for 1 day before it started. You can let 24 hours before to make the meringue. So I'm going to start to beat in a medium velocity. At the same time, I'm going to bring a tray here my tray, my paper. I'm going to need my piping bag. I have here my piping bag and tips. The other is the rubber spatula. Okay, I'm ready with this now. If you see the egg white, it looks like it's like a foam. In this moment, I'm going to look at the texture. It's fluffy, and we have here a soft peak in our mixture, and now in this moment we are going to start to add the sugar. So you need to start to add the sugar spoon by spoon or in small portions. Look at. So the volume and the texture of the foam is going to change. Don't worry, it's gonna be fine. You are going to get more fluffy texture in your mixture when you add the sugar. and it's gonna be shiny, a little shiny. So now I'm going to add the last part of the sugar. So we are going to let this with it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes more. In this moment, I'm going to turn on the oven to preheat at 100 degrees. It's important to remember when we prepare the meringue, it's very important to separate the egg white from the egg yolk. But you need to be careful because the egg yolk is the fat of the egg. So we only need to use the protein, and the protein, almost all the protein is in the egg white. So be careful with that step. I know you can do it, but you need to be careful. So I'm going to explain now this in Spanish to get to be sure to understand the process. En este momento estamos batiendo comenzamos por hacer nuestra mise en place. Nuestro segundo paso es asegurarnos que nuestras herramientas y utensilios estén libres de cualquier presencia de grasa. Las claras y las yemas las deben separarse y mantenerse a temperatura ambiente por lo menos 2 o 3 horas. Estas que yo estoy utilizando las dejé 24 horas previas a temperatura ambiente para poder obtener una mejor textura. Comenzamos a batir las claras hasta obtener picos suaves, que fue el que ya mostré. En el punto de los picos suaves vamos a añadir a velocidad media el azúcar poco a poco. En este caso estoy utilizando azúcar estándar. El azúcar estándar va a cambiar un poco la tonalidad del merengue, pero bueno, si no conseguimos azúcar granulada o azúcar refinada, está bien, o sea, el ejercicio está bien. Aún tengo aquí 2 ingredientes por añadir, pero estoy esperando que los cristales de azúcar se diluyan y se incorporen por completo a la preparación. So in this part of the process, the only thing we are waiting is the sugar dissolved in the mixture to get a fluffy and smooth texture. Okay. So remember, we have 2 ingredients more to add. In this case, we are going to add salt to give more flavor to our meringue, and we are going to add vanilla. But you can change the flavor of the meringue. You can add mint flavoring or orange flavoring, another kind of ingredient. In this opportunity, we are going to use vanilla. Okay. Now, if your oven is not available to get or to control the temperature until 100 degrees, you can preheat the oven and then turn off like I did it, because if you overcook the meringue, the color and the texture is going to change. Okay, so now, if you see the texture really changed, it's more stuff. And look. Now, I'm going to use my something, or rubber spatula to clean the walls, and try to get. Can you see the texture? It's really different. Now we have here a stiff peak. You see the peak? Oh no, you see the peak? Okay. I'm going to whip a little more because I can feel the sugar. Even I can feel the sugar here in the texture. So I'm going to let maybe 2 minutes more. But you see, in this part of the process, I'm going to add the vanilla and the salt. Now I'm going to add a pinch of salt. That's all, not more. And a half of vanilla extract. In this part, in this step, you only have to lower the velocity and add the liquid. And the only thing I did is I draw a circle in paper, drawing paper with a pencil. Cutter to draw this circle in the paper and then turn it because it's gonna help me to get the shape I needed. So you can use, we have two different kind of tips. I'm going to use this. This is a star tip. And now it's ready. Look at the color change for the vanilla. It's okay, don't worry. You see? The texture is perfect. Now we are going to follow the process. Okay? I have here a piping bag. It's a plastic piping bag. So we have the tip, and now I'm going to turn it a little and push and let inside of the tip. Turn it, the piping bag, until get some kind of bag and put on your hand. You need to cover your hand with the plastic. Okay? Now I'm going to use the rubber spatula to remove and try to keep all the meringue in the same place. Try to get one big portion. I'm going to move a little bit the camera. Okay. And now cover your hand. And put in the back. Okay. All the mixture is here. Now, turn it. Look, your hands are clean, the back is clean, and everything is in this part of the back. Now, I'm going to push and turn a little this, twist the back, and that's going to push all the meringue onto this part. Okay, I'm going to remove the tip, and still pushing, turning, and look, you don't have big bubbles, all the air is outside, we don't have air here. Now I'm going to use a little of the meringue to have the paper left in the tray. Okay, now I'm going to shape a pavlova, a small or individual portion of pavlova. Pavlova is a traditional tart, so you have to shape around, and then you are going to do a ring. Okay, we are going to repeat. First of all, do it like a rose or circle, and then on the top, and repeat. See? Now I'm going to repeat here. Okay. So the only thing I am doing is try to push with one of my hands and with another, and with my other hand I control the form or the shape I'm doing. Okay? The last. it's ready. You see? So now I'm going to let this in the oven for maybe 1 hour at 190 degrees. It's gonna be a perfect temperature to cook the meringue. Remember, it's very important to remember this. The French meringue, it's a raw product, so you can eat it immediately you prepare because the egg whites are raw. So be careful. It's very important information for you. See you in the next recipe.